Well, it's day two of World's Group Stage with coverage brought to you by Alienware. I am joined right now by Caps from G2 after he's continued to ruin my hopes and dreams, like every international event of North America, picking up some wins. All right, so you faced off against JoJo. What was it like this time?
Um, I mean, it was a very different matter, right? I think this matchup would never really see play at MSI, so it was fun to try some different matchups. I guess at this point we have played against each other so many times. Although we were interested to see how they would look with Kaori, because that changes their team a lot. It feels like he plays very different champions, and that kind of the AK role is very important and kind of changes the whole dynamic of the team.
And do you feel like the team has improved at all since MSI, or do you think it's about the same level of difficulty for you guys?
I mean, it's hard to say because I think they improved for sure, right? But relatively, it's hard to say because I mean, I don't know how much we improved. Obviously, we didn't have the best performance yesterday, but I do think that both of us, both us and EG, are able to take down Damwon and JG, right?
Oh.
I mean, EG was looking good in their game yesterday, right? But there was some unfortunate fights. And while we didn't look that great in our game, it was also just a very very one-sided game after the Herald fight, right? So I think if things go well for us, for sure we can both of us take them down, and it just comes down to on the day, right?
So I just interviewed JoJo a second ago, and he was mentioning that he felt like there were mic issues where a lot of audio was coming through the mic, or it was hard to hear from certain players from certain mics. Did you guys experience anything like that on stage?
I mean, not really. I mean, the thing is, not really. I mean, I've in terms of what in.
So Vulcan yesterday said that what has happened is the microphones that they were playing on their headsets were picking up a lot of the crowd noise, which then comes into the speaker system or the headset system, and then it's hard to hear your teammates. And then today, JoJo said that two of the microphones were not doing an effective job, I guess, of getting the audio through. So Kaori was typing or pinging, I guess, to indicate stuff.
I mean, not really the case. I mean, maybe I'm biased because I've played many years now, and I've been to many tournaments where. I mean, I've been to some games where it's you actually just can't hear each other, right? In your mics. I think it's not as extreme at all. It's you can. I mean, I could always hear my teammates. You can definitely hear the crowd when everyone is going crazy and cheering, right? But I think that's just part of the game. I think maybe it's with going more with more crowds. People will start realizing, but you can pretty much every stadium, unless it's a booth. Even actually when we were at booth one time, you can always hear the crowd a little bit, and in some stadiums it's for sure worse, right, where you can just not hear anything. But I don't think it's that the case right now.
So, okay, stepping away from that match specifically, how do you expect things to go for G2 at Worlds in general? How much confidence do you guys have right now for your performance at this event?
I mean, I'm very confident in us. I think we can take down literally everyone at this tournament, right? I also know that we can lose, and we we proved both things today and yesterday. I think I played against a lot of the LPL SK teams so many times, and they are very good, and they will punish you hard if you don't come in at what you're 100%. If you give them bad fights, if you give them leads, they will snowball. But at the same time, if you don't do that, they're also just human, right? And they will make mistakes themselves. So we can definitely beat everyone. It just comes up to our preparations against them and how we play on the day. And yeah, even with yesterday's loss, I'm still feeling confident in our chances.
How are there any players in particular that you are either you have faced or that you are looking to face at this event?
I mean, there's many, right? there's many. There's so many. But I think that, I mean, honestly, the thing is, in the past, I always wanted to play against teams that beat me because I wanted revenge. But at this point, there's 8 teams that kick me out of some tournament at some point. So I would love to play against all of them. But I guess someone who didn't kick me out, but who is I mean, I guess they lost yesterday, but he's doing well in general, is Chovy, right? So it will be fun to play against Chovy. Maybe I can out-farm him, and that would give me a smile.
Yeah. The farming simulator, League of Legends. It's a very good game. Okay, remind me, is this your first time in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Have you had a chance to experience anything at all, or have you just been in the hotel?
I mean, we went to Chinatown for one of the shoots. I mean, I hope it was released already.
We've seen a bunch of photos and stuff. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so by ways we went to Chinatown, and I mean that was pretty cool. I think other than that, we were just around our hotel. There's a lot of people everywhere. so um, so yeah, I mean, we're usually just at the hotel or like just around the hotel. But I mean, people are nice. I think I've been blessed enough to like been able to travel around the world, and I'm I'm happy with everyone I've met so far. And New York is no different, right? But there's definitely a lot of people which I am like. It's not that I don't like that there's a lot of people, but there's a bit too much for me. I think I like when there's like at least like not everywhere.
Well, a lot. I feel like a lot of people have spent a lot of time at home over the past couple of years, and then you go out on the street and the horns are honking and people are screaming and all this stuff. And I also felt a little bit of that, so I can definitely relate. All right. Other than that, is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
I mean, I want to say thank you guys for supporting us, like especially through last year, but also of course the loss against Rogue, right? We are still confident in ourselves. I hope you guys are as well, and I really believe that we can go all the way this year. It's not going to be easy. We're going to need both luck and good preparation, but I definitely believe in ourselves, and I hope you guys do too. So hopefully we see each other in the final.
Caps, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, even if it's after you beating EG. Thank you so much for the interview, and for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things Worlds right here on my YouTube channel. Hey, I really appreciate you watching that interview. I literally flew across the country and am staying in a hotel and coming here every day and all that stuff just so that you could watch that interview. No, not the other people that are watching this interview, specifically you. So if you feel like it and you're in the need of like an awesome notebook or computer or desktop or monitor or peripherals or something, go to alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description below. And if you do go there and purchase something and you live in the US, it does help me. So thank you so much. And hopefully you enjoy the content enough to subscribe if you're not already.